Welcome to a new episode of A Journey with Joana Marie, where passion and fashion lead to your ultimate success. I'm your host, Joana Marie, and today we have another special guest who is also a dear friend of mine. He is the founder of Primoff and CV, and he's going to share in a little while kung ano po ba yung mga company nito. We used to work together at pareho po kaming may passion over attending seminars at pareho din po kami ng personal coach who is guiding us and helping us with our business goals. So I'm sure you are so excited to meet him na. So without further ado, let's call him in. Welcome to the show, Cris.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, I don't know if you know this, pero nasa bucket list ko actually to be interviewed by you.
Next speechless bigla. Thank you. Grabe naman yun. Salamat. Kinilig ako dahil sa compliment na yan na unexpected. Love language ko kasi is word of affirmation. But of course, thank you so much for saying yes to our invitation, for supporting the show, especially our beneficiary for today's episode. So Cris, can you please share to our viewers a little bit of information about you? Who is Cris Vinson?
Yeah, so I'm Cris, and basically I help entrepreneurs offload the tech stuff so that they can focus on making more money.
Mm-hmm.
And for the past 6 years, I've helped companies scale to over 7 to 8 figures per year, both peso and dollars yan.
Wow.
And I've quite recently have also got the SaaS Gold Award. So if familiar ka sa Tukama Club,
Yeah,
that's basically an equivalent of the Tukama Club Award in GHL.
Wow.
So,
okay.
And right now we have a movement where we're trying to create or bring back opportunities in the Philippines. Because yung nangyayari kasi ngayon is that most of the money that's coming in are going to major cities. And the worst part here is that it's not even owned by Filipinos.
Yes.
So we're trying to give Filipinos back that power using the internet.
Have you always been this passionate about technologies, digitization, and internet? Bata ka pa ba talaga? Ito na yung passion mo?
Yeah, I mean, it's all started with games.
So you're a gamer?
Gamer, of course. Kaway-kaway sa mga Counter-Strike dyan, right? It started with games and then it basically scaled.
So what made you transition, or what made you interested in doing business and supporting your fellow Filipinos? Because for all our viewers, just a little bit of information added lang po. Cris has always been advocating personal growth for himself and especially for his own team. Saan nanggaling yung mga desires na to, Cris? What made you, really invest quite a lot, and not only for yourself but also for the other people?
That's a really good question. I think it came from the fact that I did not grow up well off, but I was lucky enough that I was able to meet, well, not necessarily meet, pero I was able to hear Tony Robbins as early as siguro second year high school. And from so young, very young. TED Talk pa at the time. And then from there, I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
And I got mentors. Long story short, I was able to earn like my first 6-figure investor siguro when I was 16.
Wow.
And then even before 20, thanks to MMI as well.
Millionaire Mind
Intensive.
Yes.
And I can still remember yung first time ko na nandun. Imagine I had to sleep in the airport kasi hindi ko afford yung mga airfare or hotels, right? So I had to sleep in the airport at the time. So I and thanks to MMI, I was able to like hit 7 figures. So sabi ko, you know what? If not for these people, if not for my mentors, if not for the insight that I got very early on, my life would not be like this. A lot of entrepreneurs in the Philippines started in MLM. Now, almost every year, may bagong scam. What happened was, I basically ended up joining a Ponzi scheme.
Without you even knowing?
I knew it was a Ponzi scheme. Tinanong ko yung mentor ko.
Okay.
Yan yung tawag, di ba? Di ba Ponzi scheme to? Sabi niya, oh no, hindi.
Okay.
But in the back of my mind, yes. Pero sabi ko, I can't really convince people na that this is not a Ponzi scheme if I convince myself it's not. So sabi ko, guys, scam to, 1.5. Balik sa'yo, 10,000. Gusto nyo,
Oh,
right?
yes,
I mean,
yes,
at
yes.
least tell them na scam na,
Oo.
right? So, bahala kayo scam to. Ironically,
Upfront.
in spite of my honesty, madaming nagalit nung nawala yung company pa rin. So, that was my first fall from grace in business. And I got in debt. And while I was in debt, nakautang pa ako sa cousin ko. And funnily enough, my mother knew, but she was not asking me about it. So, and you know, sometimes, you know, the love of a mother, right?
Yes.
So, and then I found out years later. Now, I would not financially recover because I started like 5 different companies at that point in my life.
Sabay-sabay mong binild.
No, one failed, until the 5th one. Prime Off is the 5th one. The only reason why Prime Off succeeded was because at the same time, naging president ako ng isang non-profit. 6 years later, the pandemic happened. Ano nangyari? People were losing jobs. OFWs were stranded.
Yes.
And then ayuda was given out, right? My company, no one lost their job.
Amazing.
Allowances were ongoing, salaries were ongoing.
Amazing.
We were even able to, yung mga na quarantine na team members, were even able to send supplies to them. So CV was born with the same blueprint that we use in PrimeOff, so that we can teach others to do the same. And imagine farmer wives, right? Their whole life, they've never touched a computer. Able to make websites in 2 weeks.
Wow!
PDLs, mga people deprived of liberties.
Yes.
We are able to give them jobs after, what's the word I'm looking for? After they're ready for reintegration. Hindi lang habang nasa kulungan, right?
Yes.
When they're ready for reintegration, because yung requirements lang naman for an online job is for you to have skills, common sense, and if you can follow instruction.
Yes.
Which they've probably trained themselves to do inside, right?
A while ago, nagkwentuhan tayo and we both talk about our hitting the rock bottom moments. So, Cris, I know that you have been this resilient. You have always been so courageous and you always believe in your cause because maganda naman din talaga lahat ng mga ginagawa mo. No wonder, nandoon sa'yo yung inner strength and you're being guided by your guardian angels or by your divine creator. So I usually ask kasi life hacks. But for this time, life hacks on a daily basis yung ginagawa. But I want to ask from you, Cris, if you can share to our viewers today, when you hit your rock bottom, what did you do?
Imagine working for years and then realizing that what you're doing could be wrong or could be more harmful than good. So, that was my rock bottom last year. And I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even want to work anymore, right? It came to the point where I even let go of my business para gumala. I went to Bohol, you know.
Yes.
And all of that.
So parang more on soul searching ba to? Or
Not soul searching, like quite literally, I let everything go.
like surrender?
Surrender.
Okay.
Not necessarily surrender, but it's more like bahala kayo, tinapon ko, and then if babalik kayo, then I'll face you again, right? But I literally gave myself time to actually be a 20-something-year-old, right? Na gumala, finally sleep, because I'm a mission guy. I don't have a 9 to 5, I have a 9 to 16, right? So I like working. But
Workaholic sobra.
Workaholic, yeah.
Yes.
And to the point na if hindi ako nagtatrabaho, I don't like it, right? But at that time, wala. I was playing games. I was going out. I was drinking casually.
Okay.
Right? hindi depressive drinking.
Yes,
No?
okay.
Casually, I was enjoying life. But at the same time, I was also observing the people around me. And what I observed was this. While I was letting go, there were people who were there who were holding on. And I'm like, So there were people who had my back even though I was not at my best. If this is not a sign that God exists, what is, right? So yun, and then I decided by December,
miracle happened. Yeah.
Without doing anything.
Yeah. So essentially, para sa'yo, when you hit the rock bottom, what you did, your life hack was, go within.
Go within.
Yeah.
And
You
trust
allowed
the
yourself.
process.
Yeah, you allowed yourself to feel whatever it is that you need to feel, and at the same time trust yourself, trust your divine creator that everything will work out. Tama
Oh,
ba?
I also forgot one thing. Last year was also the year that Bam died.
Yes.
So
Bam is a
wala.
close friend of ours, and he is a really good coach who passed away last year po. Yes.
And he was my guiding voice. His passing, in a way, that in spite of how sad it is,
Yeah.
was also a reminder na, okay, maybe I'm ready. Right? Because, in short, hindi naman siguro kukunin si Bam sa akin during this time.
Yes.
If I wasn't. Parang ganun. So that's
So there
part
was
of
a
it.
silver lining in a way, despite the pain that was going through.
Yeah.
Because it was so sudden.
Very
All of us
sudden.
were shocked. Piece of advice kaya, Cris, can you give to all the viewers right now na may pinagdadaanan sa buhay nila? Or probably, alam mo yon, they just decided na, sige, hayaan ko na muna to, magstay na lang muna ako. Pero they've been there for quite a while.
Enjoy the misery, because eventually you'll get sick of it. Right? And you'll look for what's the word I'm looking for? You'll look for more productive things to do.
Yes, yes. Ikaw na
And
rin yung magsasawa.
ikaw na
parang
rin yung
ganun.
magsasawa.
Oo. Chris, I want to ask you about your fashion and style. How important is this to your own success? Yung showing up with this version of you na maayos or tawag dito, business-like or professional, especially in a business setting?
I'll be honest, no. There was actually a time where I enjoyed the fact that I'm the only guy wearing shorts in a conference. For me, that was power, that was freedom. But then I've come to realize na, oh wait, dressing for the occasion is respect to the host.
True. That's a really good insight that you have given us. So, I'm sure our dear viewers, this is something refreshing for you. Bakit kailangan natin mag-show up with the best version of ourselves? And again, we're not advocating here na kailangan mamahalin po yung suot ninyo. Kasi kahit nabili nyo lang po yan sa palengke or sa ukay-ukay, if you know how to combine at maganda naman ang tela at maayos naman yung pagkakatahi, then go for it po. Alright? So, thank you so much, Cris, for giving us your wisdom, for sharing us your experiences. We really learned a lot from you. So, may I ask you na lang for any last message that you would want to share to our viewers, and at the same time, if they want to be part of CV, either parang part of the movement that you have, where can they contact you kaya?
If you guys want to be part of the CV movement, marami kaming free trainings ngayon. Every Saturday, 8 p.m., we have different trainers talking about different stuff. This Saturday, it's Canva with Kyle. Pero if you're really someone who really wants to have impact or to have impact in your community, we're looking for people who can, what's the word I'm looking for? Create homebrew BPOs in their homebrew.
Yes.
Meaning, you're the ones who are going to employ these people that we're training. And these are the systems, like what I said earlier, the same system that helped a local business here earn $300,000 a year and all of that, we're basically going to teach you. So I'm flying all over the Philippines, including Mindanao.
All right. Thank you so much once again, Cris. We really appreciate you. And of course, to you, our dear viewers, we hope that you got something so important from this conversation we had with Cris Vinson na magagamit din po ninyo to your own journey to success. This episode today being sponsored by our dear friend here is for the benefit of Sorok Uni Foundation. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to support your cause. Also, we want to thank all our sponsors.
Special thanks to the following: Samchick, Something Chick, Something Unique, Lures Enterprises, LANDZ Hair and Makeup Studio.
Once again, we want to thank you, our dear viewer, for giving us your time. We really appreciate you for joining us in this episode today. And we really hope you really picked up something so important from this conversation para po matulungan kayo sa pag-asenso at pagganda po ng buhay ninyo. Always remember, you are beautifully and fantabulously created for a purpose. So always smile, and we'll see you again next week. Bye for now!
See ya!